Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit BillHowe.com. And by the Conrad Trebas Foundation, Darlene Marcos Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Sailors on the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln could soon be heading home to San Diego. Thank you for joining us. I'm Maya Trabulsi. After reports of poor conditions on board and low morale, the Navy reportedly sent another carrier to replace the Lincoln. KPBS military reporter Andrew Dyer says the ship spent nearly 9 months at sea with almost no time off for the crew.
Reports today say the aircraft carrier USS George Washington is on the way to the Middle East to relieve the Lincoln. The Associated Press says the Japan-based carrier is already approaching the Indian Ocean. The news comes as public outrage is growing over the reported conditions on the ship.
If what the media reports is true, I'm not at all surprised that morale is very low, despite the command's best efforts to prevent that.
Attorney Don King spent 24 years in the Navy as a judge advocate general and a military judge, time that included aircraft carrier deployments. The ship's been deployed since November and hasn't had a port call. The crew has been conducting operations against Iran. It recently set a record for consecutive days spent at sea. King says under the best conditions, carrier deployments are difficult.
Everybody on the ship is working long hours, especially if you're in the Middle East, the heat, especially if you're on the flight deck. I mean, it's incredibly taxing and taxing not only physically, but mentally as well.
At an in-person town hall with the acting Navy Secretary in Coronado last week, Navy families reportedly voiced frustration about the length of Lincoln's deployment. According to the Navy Times, at least 2 Lincoln sailors have tried to jump overboard during the deployment. Other reports say ship living conditions and the quality of food have deteriorated.
Tonight, not just along the coast, but even for some inland communities. So beware of some travel slowdowns when you're heading out early Friday. We'll get down to around 73 in Borrego Springs, 59 Mount Laguna, and about 70 degrees there in San Diego. Friday, we will begin with some of that morning fog, and then it'll be a really nice afternoon. Dry weather for us. Scattered storms tied to the monsoon staying about a state away to the east. Details on the complete forecast coming up.
We apologize for some of those technical problems we're having. A building El Nino in the Pacific could be one for the record books. This El Nino is rapidly intensifying and is expected to peak in late fall and early winter. El Nino is a climate cycle characterized by hotter than average ocean temperatures that shift weather patterns around the world. That typically means unusually wet conditions from California across the southern U.S. The window for survival is narrowing in Colombia 3 days after a devastating earthquake hit the region. The 7.4 magnitude quake struck on Monday, killing nearly 300 people so far. Hundreds are still missing. Here in San Diego, as KPBS reporter Alexander Nguyen tells us, local Colombians are collecting supplies and funds to help their relatives and their friends.
Today in Cali, Colombia, rescuers, with their fists clenched and arms raised, asked for silence to listen for signs of survivors. It was part of a last-ditch effort to find anyone alive as the search enters its 3rd day. The first 72 hours after a disaster are crucial for finding survivors. Scenes such as this one are hard for Adriana Brunner to watch.
I wish I could be there to pick one of those rocks, but I cannot be there. It's very hard.
She has family in Cali, Colombia, one of the cities devastated by the quake. This building, where a 3-month-old baby was rescued, is right where her aunt lives.
The building across her street where she had friends collapsed in her eyes. So that's ground zero. The building is called Torre del Limonar.
Since Monday, she's been on the phone and on social media to raise funds and collect items for the relief effort.
You know, emergency kits, diapers, things of that nature.
She says that's her way to decompress. Meanwhile, last night at Antojitos Colombianos restaurant in Barrio Logan, dozens came by with donations to help with the relief efforts.
It's kind of frustrating because we're not there at the moment, but we just can do something from far away.
Andres Rodriguez is the manager of the restaurant. He says he's grateful that San Diegans stepped up to help.
That's not the restaurant, is everybody. Everybody puts something, a little bit of something.
Bruner says the best way to help right now is to donate money to organizations supporting the relief effort, such as the Colombian Red Cross.
Right now, for these organizations to get directly funding when they need it the most is probably the best way.
Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
And if you wish to help with the relief effort, donations can be made to the organizations shown on your screen. A list is also available on our website, kpbs.org. The teen who appeared in a viral video repeatedly kicking a sea lion at La Jolla Cove pleaded guilty in federal court today. 18-year-old Tyler Mule was found in violation of the Marine Mammal Protection Act. According to the plea agreement, Mule admitted to kicking the sea lion 4 different times, including in the face. His sentencing is set for October 20th, where he could face a $100,000 fine and 1 year in prison. Hillel of San Diego is creating a new security fund for its students, and that comes after a break-in at a Jewish fraternity house at UCSD last weekend. KPBS reporter Katie Hyson says vandals spray-painted anti-Semitic words and symbols on the walls.
Hillel was the students' first call when they discovered the break-in. That's according to CEO Karen Perry. She says the incident isn't surprising.
But it hurts every time because you think things are about to get better, and then, boom, this sucker punch.
The organization serves 4,000 students across 4 campuses in San Diego. Perry says last school year, they responded to over 50 anti-Semitic incidents. That's down from the year before.
But the challenge that we're seeing is that the types of incidents that we're seeing are more egregious. They're deeper violations of young people's experiences.
As the new school year starts, Perry says the break-in has made some Jewish students nervous to host gatherings. They asked Hillel to raise funds to improve the security of their homes.
They deserve to have places where they can invite their friends and they can be in their full identities without worrying that somebody's going to break in and destroy what they've built.
The fraternity said in a statement, the attempt to intimidate them won't succeed. They remain proud of their Jewish identity. Katie Hyson, KPBS News.
I'm William Brangham. Tonight on the NewsHour, Israeli settlers lay siege to the home of an American-Palestinian family in the occupied West Bank. Coming up at 7 after Evening Edition on KPBS.
Rhetoric around control of the Strait of Hormuz is escalating as new data from the International Energy Agency is upping the stakes for a deal to come together. Maddie Gannon has the latest from the White House.
Both the U.S. and Iran appear to be digging in on the Strait of Hormuz, even amid new signs that the need for a deal appears more urgent. We heard from Iran's foreign minister in a post on X overnight, criticizing the U.S. for what he called intelligence failures and miscalculation over both the strait and the war more broadly. That follows President Donald Trump this week insisting that the U.S. actually controls the Strait of Hormuz. In a post on True Social Wednesday, Trump called the U.S. naval blockade on Iranian ports a, quote, wall of steel, and said that there was nothing Iran could do about it. All of this despite tracking data showing traffic through the strait is still at levels well below what it was before the war. And it comes as the International Energy Agency is warning that the global stockpiles of oil are being depleted at a rapid rate. The agency said in its latest oil market report this week that oil inventories fell by 2.2 million barrels a day last month, with global stocks falling below 7.9 billion barrels for the first time since April 2025. And we are now seeing concerns over oil spills adding another layer to all of this. Iran is now demanding compensation for pollution in waters in the Persian Gulf and surrounding areas. Satellite imagery from the European Space Agency shows large oil slicks off the coast of Iranian islands near the Strait of Hormuz. And Oman is now saying that an oil spill stemming from a sanctioned Russian tanker has reached some beaches in the country. At the White House, I'm Maddie Gannon.
The United States is in a national blood supply crisis. It's only the second time this type of emergency has been declared by the American Red Cross. Hospitals and blood banks are receiving a limited supply of type O blood after donations fell to a 4-year summer low. Lee Waldman reports.
It's been an exciting summer between the FIFA World Cup and America 250 celebrations. People have been out enjoying themselves rather than making their donation appointments. We've also seen an increased need for blood at hospitals across the country.
Between Memorial Day and Labor Day, it's what we call the 100 deadliest days of the year.
With summertime fun comes unanticipated accidents, especially this summer, according to Dr. Courtney Lawrence with the American Red Cross.
Really, the hospital need for blood has markedly increased, even beyond what we would typically expect this time of year.
The demand has created a supply problem. For the second time in its history, the American Red Cross declared a national blood supply crisis in late July.
When we don't have enough of an adequate blood supply, providers are having to make difficult decisions and decide who can receive blood now versus who might have to wait.
We went to the Greenwich, Connecticut Donation Center. I've got type O blood, which is one of the most needed.
So rolling up your sleeves, doing this quick donation really actually makes a difference.
It does. It can impact up to 3 lives.
Other donors we met heard about the blood supply crisis and wanted to do their part.
I feel that I'm so blessed and my daughter's so blessed with good health that it's the least that I can do.
Here's one thing where we can do something. And it doesn't cost us anything other than a few hours, maybe, at the most.
Katie Brown is making her first donation after treatment for breast cancer.
There's people that, whether it's accidents or surgeries, complications at birth, all of those things that need blood. And if I can do this small thing to help someone else, I'm happy to do it.
At the Red Cross, you can make 3 different kinds of donations: whole blood, platelets, and so-called power red. That's where you give twice as much during one donation. All of these are needed to help get us out of this blood supply crisis that we're seeing. In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
And the San Diego Blood Bank is urging the community to donate blood as the summer blood supply declines. As of June, blood and platelet donations and donor appointments are lower than needed to meet the summer demand. If you're eligible and would like to donate, you can book an appointment at sandiegobloodbank.org or by calling the number on your screen, 619-400-8251. San Diego native Milo Corvino will be at this weekend's San Diego Maid Market giving tarot readings. KPBS arts reporter Audie McAfee talks to him about his passion for the craft and for the community.
At the San Diego Maid Market, you can find baked goods, handmade trinkets, and vintage jewelry. But you can also find tarot readings.
I was gifted my first deck when I was 7. By my aunt, and I immediately started doing this. I started charging family members for readings, and my mom was so mad.
Milo Corvino usually does tarot readings at coffee shops, nightclubs, and sometimes at his home. But he's also been working at the San Diego Maid Market since last year, where he goes by the Mystic M. Tarot reading, also known as cardomancy, is the practice of using a special deck of cards to answer questions. Once shuffled, the cards are pulled and interpreted based on their symbolism.
This is the 6 of Swords in reverse.
Corvino says not everyone believes in tarot, but he's not trying to prove whether it works. Instead, he wants to create a space where people feel safe opening up.
I have 4 different decks laid out for people. So I have people, I turn them over. I have people choose what they feel most comfortable with, the imagery that they feel drawn to. I answer questions for people. I talk about the history. I educate about what it is and what it isn't.
He says the cards can't tell your future, but they can help guide you through the next steps.
I hope that people are just feeling much more aligned with themselves at the end of the day. I know some questions cannot be answered in one simple, 3 to 10 card spread. But I hope that people feel more affirmed. I'm hoping that they feel a little bit more curious within their spirituality.
Corvino says he appreciates markets like San Diego Made.
I feel like it gives people a space to really express themselves and express their businesses, but also gives people a chance to kind of see what's out there rather than who has the most money and who can pay for the nicest spot.
But running a small business comes with challenges. His readings start at $11, and the price increases based on time spent. He says he typically pays no more than $75 for a vendor spot, and sometimes makes less than the cost of the space.
Another challenge that I also do face is trying to figure out if this person in front of me should get a reading, if this is the right question or the right course of action for them, and kind of discussing and steering away from certain topics.
Still, despite the challenges, he is confident the right community will find him wherever he goes.
And if someone really is aligned and loves what I do, they'll come out and they'll shell out the money for it. But I think just kind of reminding myself that it's not everyone's going to be for you, and I think that's okay.
The Mystic M will be at the San Diego Made Market this weekend at Liberty Station. Audie McAfee, KPBS News.
Well, we are dealing with a pretty pleasant weather pattern. The only issue in the short term will be some patchy fog late tonight into early tomorrow morning. So there could be a few slowdowns when you're heading in to work on Monday. It won't be as hot, though. It's been nice. The monsoon moisture's moved in to the southwest, kind of chipping away at the worst of the heat. And the ridge of high pressure has moved into the south central and southeastern U.S. So that's where the worst of the heat is. It will get a little hotter next week, but enjoy the ride until then. Clearing skies tonight. Best chance for fog will be late tonight, maybe even a little east of San Diego proper. And we will see a pleasant afternoon then. And the fog's going to be patchy. Not everybody's going to experience it, but just beware. It'll be out there for some. So pretty robust monsoon moisture footprint across the Four Corners region, but it's not really in our area for the most part. Could there be a stray storm or two? Yes, it'd be over the mountains. You can see we have the chance for a thunderstorm in some of the high ground off to the east of Ramona. Just beware of that. Mount Laguna, probably dry, but stray storms, especially north up the mountains there. We're dealing with highs around 79 in San Diego. Pleasant start to the weekend. If anything, maybe a little less thunderstorm coverage in the interior southwest, but a nice time for us here. Could be some patchy fog Saturday morning as well. And there's even a more concerted push east with the monsoon footprint on Sunday. So that begins to open the door for a little bit of a warming trend for us, but it's not going to be bad. We'll be around 80 degrees over the next few days in coastal areas. Just a touch of humidity through the weekend compared to where we would typically be. Inland areas, here you're going to see a little bit of a rise as the monsoon moisture exits stage right. So we're going to go from 84 to 88. It will be more of a noticeable rise in temperature there in inland areas. Into the mountains, most of us will be dry. Isolated thunderstorms will be possible. It's going to be a gradual drying trend and a warming trend into the weekend and early next week. And in the deserts, here we could be clipped by maybe a stray thunderstorm. I know it doesn't happen widespread scale in the deserts, but we're just close enough to the monsoon that look out for a spotty storm or two out near Borrego Springs. And once the drier air returns, we add about 5 to 7 degrees for our forecast highs by Monday and Tuesday, with the chance of storms going away. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jeff Cornish for KPBS News.
We are expecting a big crowd for the San Diego Festival of Books. It's now less than 2 weeks away. So join us Saturday, August 22nd at the University of San Diego. The QR code on your screen leads to all the details and an RSVP form. We'll have special panels, vendors, and our picks for the next cycle of One Book, One San Diego. Lots of people over the years have helped Balboa Park become what it is today, but it all started with a couple of San Diegans with a vision. Kate Sessions and George Marston. In part one of our August Museum a Month, KPBS reporter John Carroll takes us to the Marston family home adjacent to the park, a very special part of San Diego history.
George Marston and his father came to San Diego from Wisconsin in 1870. The younger Marston was involved in protecting and preserving the original 1,400-acre city park for years before building his family home in the park's northwest corner. That was in 1905. City Park would become Balboa Park 5 years later. Marston and his wife Anna spent the rest of their lives here. Their daughter Mary lived here until she died in 1987 at the age of 107. She gave the house to the city of San Diego. Soho, the Save Our Heritage organization, took over management of the property in 2009.
Hi there. Welcome to the Marston House.
Thank you. Robin Lakin is the site manager, curator, and historian here. Lakin is a walking encyclopedia on the house and the Marston family, especially its patriarch, George.
He's the father of Balboa Park, the father of Presidio Park. He has provided San Diego with about 500,000 acres of parkland. As a Grego to Torrey Pines State Reserve, he's why we don't have private beaches in San Diego.
The 8,500 square foot home is situated on a 5.5-acre plot surrounded by lawns and gardens. It's chock full of Marston family history, reflective of San Diego's modern history. The home was built in the arts and crafts style by famed architects Sterling Hebard and Irving Gill. We begin our tour in the library. Lakin tells us right up front the house no longer holds much of the Marstons' original furniture. She and her team have done their best to mimic what they know was here originally.
The room has its original linen burlap wall covering, which was very popular treatment in arts and crafts and craftsman-style homes.
Longtime San Diegans will remember Marston's department stores, but it's here in the library where we start to learn about Marston's philanthropic gifts to this city.
George Marston was the founder of the San Diego Public Library, so it's apropos he has a nice library of his own. And this is the music room.
Yeah.
It was designed to house a baby grand piano, and like as I mentioned, the Marstons were all accomplished pianists.
It's here where Lakin tells us about the 1915 Panama, California exposition.
This is one of the promotional posters. This is an original from the time.
Then on to the living room and more fascinating history.
People seated at this table were Franklin and Roosevelt and Eleanor, Teddy and his wife, Mrs. Grover T. Cleveland, along with our notable locals, Spreckles, Scripps, Sessions. This is the dining room.
The spacious room is bright and airy with a Stickley dining room set. Next to that, the butler's pantry, where staff plated up food and washed dishes.
This is the kitchen.
Lakin says Mary Marston upgraded the kitchen in the 1930s, but it didn't change much after that.
Thereafter, they only upgrade the refrigerators. We're going to go upstairs.
But before we do, Lakin tells us more about what was important to George Marston.
Green spaces for everyone, for emotional and physical health, and educational resources. Everyone deserves educational resources. That's one of his reasons for founding the San Diego Public Library.
Marston's official portrait hangs at the top of the stairs. At the southeast corner of the second floor, we find George and Anna's bedroom.
And George, as a very early bird, every day could sit out here and watch the sunrise. And he missed an opportunity for nothing. He used every minute of every day of his life.
Both George and Anna died in this room, he in 1940, she in 1946. The suite consists of a bathroom, double walk-in closets, and a sitting room. Lakin says the Marstons would enjoy hearing their children and later grandchildren playing downstairs. The saying, "Some things never change," came to mind the day we were shooting. There's a charge to tour the house, but the grounds are open to the public. The Marston house features 10 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms.
All the bathrooms, with the exception of Arthur's, who had a walk-in shower, look like this. This is the smallest of the 10 bedrooms.
Next to that bathroom, a bedroom with a view of the garden. Elsewhere upstairs, more bedrooms, this one with examples of period furniture. And here, Mary's bedroom, the walls now filled with pictures and text telling of Marston's legacy, all reflected in what is now the motto of San Diego County. The noblest motive is the public good.
He founded the San Diego Public Library, the Humane Society, the YMCA, the SPCA.
Oh my God, he founded the
San
Humane
Diego
Society?
Historical Society.
Oh.
George Marston was among the first to provide equal pay for equal work between men and women in San Diego. He gave profit sharing to his employees.
We end our tour in what Lakin says was the Marstons' favorite space, especially the children, the sleeping porch.
There would have been 4 of these little cots out here lined up for the girls to sleep on and spend the night. And they reminisced about the coyotes. You heard the birds, and then at night the coyotes.
Sure.
And then in 1915, when the expo comes, and they bring in the animals that wind up becoming our San Diego Zoo.
The Marston House is not the only historic property managed by Soho. They have another one in a very distant part of the county. It's the Warner Carrillo Ranch House in Warner Springs, nearly 65 miles to the northeast. We'll take you there and reveal its amazing history next week. John Carroll, KPBS News.
And we would like to apologize again for the technical issue that we experienced toward the beginning of the show. You can find the rest of our report about the living conditions aboard the USS Lincoln in the article on our website, kpbs.org. And of course, that is where you can find the rest of tonight's stories. Again, kpbs.org. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Enjoy your evening.
Major funding for KPBS Evening Edition has been made possible in part by Bill Howe Family of Companies, providing San Diego with plumbing, heating, air, restoration, and flood services for over 45 years. Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE or visit billhowe.com. And by the Conrad Prebys Foundation, Darlene Marco Shiley, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.